So this is our chapter 6 through 10 slideshow, and I'm not posting it for you guys. There's nothing that you are going to have to fill out on the slideshow, and it's just one more thing that y'all have to keep up with, so I'm not posting it for you. What I am going to do is everything that you're going to have to fill out or keep up with for chapter 6 through 10 are going to be on this document that says Percy Jackson Materials, Percy Jackson Reading Log. So everything you're going to need to fill out is going to be on here. The slideshow is not posted for you. I will post it for the virtual peeps, but I'm not worried about y'all doing anything on here. Okay, so first things first are 3 vocabulary words for chapter 6, okay? If you notice, and I already gave you the piece of paper to study, they are already defined for you, okay? So the first one is a caduceus, and that's what it looks like, and it is for the cabin of Hermes, and if you remember, it says over the doorway is one of those doctor symbols, a winged pole with 2 snakes, and that is now the symbol for doctor in modern times, and it is Hermes' symbol. When you research your ancient Greek gods, you'll notice that most of them have their own symbol, and so this was Hermes. The next word is primal, and it means like the original something dating back to like the beginning of time. And then archetype is a detail or image that occurs in literatures and in myths. So Chiron was describing the monsters and the kindly ones as primal archetypes, meaning they are an element of mythology that existed from the beginning of time. And these are the vocabulary words that are from chapter 6. You're going to have to know these by when?
Friday.
By Friday, because that's when your quiz on this is. Okay, so that goes with that. The next thing I want to show you is, this is kind of the layout of the cabins of Camp Half-Blood that we just read about in chapter 6. Check me out. Listen. So we've not read about all of these. We've not read about all of these gods or goddesses, but you can, when you are coming up with your Greek mythological figure. It can be any of these gods or goddesses. It can be any of the creatures that we've read about, or even ones that we haven't read about. So I want you to notice this one down here at the bottom left. That's the cabin Hermes. That's the one that Percy is in right now, because it says that is the god of travelers and visitors. So Percy is new to the camp, and so that's where he is for now. And I want you to notice this. It said, that, what was her name? Clarice, she's in the Ares cabin. So those are really the only 2 so far that we know anything about. We know, we don't know, that's what I'm saying. We don't know. We know who Annabeth is, but we don't know where she lives at this moment. So this is just kind of like a little drawing to kind of help you to get a visual and to give you a list of these different gods or goddesses that you could choose from. That project we're not even going to start working on it till next week, but be thinking about it. Now, that brings me to this question from chapter 6. Okay? Percy, when he goes into the Hermes cabin, someone asks, regular or undetermined, and Percy doesn't know how to answer. Annabeth answers for him, and she says undetermined. Okay? So she goes on to tell him later, spoiler alert, he is a half-blood.
Oh yeah, babe, because of that drink that Daddy drank.
Okay, now listen. He doesn't know that. Remember that the very beginning of the story is like a flashback. Look, I didn't want to be a half-blood. That's kind of like a flashback. So he does not know that he is a half-blood up until this point of the story. And so now he's making a connection. And Annabeth is telling him, Case, please sit up. She's saying, he's saying, how come I have to sleep in the Hermes cabin? Why can't I sleep in one of those empty cabins? Which, remember, it said Zeus and Hera's empty. It said there's some other ones that are empty. It didn't say that. It didn't say that.
Well, it said there was no.
Chloe, we don't know those details yet. We don't know who any of those people are. Zip it. So he's saying, why can't I go stay in some of those cabins? And Annabeth is saying, it depends on who your parent is. Depends on who your parent is. So y'all, each cabin represents, all the people in that cabin are the children of that particular what?
Like parents.
God or goddess. Very good. So all of the people in the Hermes cabin are what?
God and God.
Sons and daughters of Hermes. So they're all related to each other. All of the people in the Aries cabin are all related to each other because they're all children of Aries. Now listen, Hermes is a little different because it says that Hermes lets anybody go in there because it lets the visitors go. And when it says regular or undetermined, the question's being asked, okay, well, are you going to be a regular Hermes camper, or are you undetermined? Meaning, are you staying here until we figure out who your parent is? And Annabeth answers for him. She says undetermined. Hermes may be Percy's dad, but he also might just be letting him stay there until we find out who Percy's dad really is. And Annabeth tells us, and tells Percy, your dad's not dead. Your dad's a god. That's why you haven't met him before. We knew that, but Percy doesn't until right now.
He might be the dad.
So think about how you're feeling if you're Percy. I'm going to give everybody a second to think about that. How you're feeling is if you're Percy and you're 12 years old, you're thinking you're thinking your dad, again, has been dead your entire life, and then you realize at 12 years old that not only is he alive, but he is a powerful Greek god. Olivia, hand. What do you have, girl?
I would feel kind of happy because it said that the mom said that his dad died.
Mhm.
I feel happy that he would I'd probably be able to meet my dad.
Very good. So probably happy. We all could probably try to put ourselves in Percy's shoes and think, okay, well, I'm either going to be really excited about this. Maybe I'm mad at my dad. Where you been this whole time? Lots of different mixed emotions. But the revelations that we've gotten are, or that Percy has gotten, he is a half-blood. His dad is a god. We don't, and he doesn't know who it is. Now, hands down, we will, if some of you know who Percy's father is, hold it in for one more day. Because tomorrow is going to be the day in chapter 7 and 8 that secret is revealed to us. So hold it in. Let's not ruin it for other people. Hold it in because we're going to figure that out tomorrow. Now, in your Percy Jackson materials, check me out. In your Percy Jackson materials, we have, I'm talking so you're not. If you scroll down, you're going to notice a character evidence chart. And this is about page 6, okay? You'll notice a character evidence chart. And we've done this already, but we're going to do it together real quick right now for Clarice. I'm going to go back to my slideshow, and I'm going to kind of talk you through. If you look at the question on the bottom, if you can't see it, that's okay. I'll read it to you. Why do we think, Case, the author... You don't even have this open. But you're turned around to Isaiah. Why do we think the author, y'all, is including this part about Clarice bullying Percy? Why would the author include this about Clarice being a bully to Percy? I want you to take a second and think about it. Why would it matter that somebody's bullying Percy? Why would it matter that Clarice in particular is bullying Percy? What does this show about Percy? What does this show about Clarice? Adeline, what?
The reason why the author is including it is because like to show what her personality traits are, and like who she really is and how she treats others.
Okay.
And she could have a parent that's like the whole Sunderground that was hateful.
How do you make all these?
Well, and that's what I was going to tell. That's what I was really going to bring up. It told us who her parent was. Who did it say her parent was? The god of war. So, y'all, what's that adage that we learned last week about children and parents? Tell me, Riley. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
It means they're exactly alike.
There, yes, and so y'all,
He's hateful.
maybe the author is showing us Clarice's personality so that we can get a better taste of Aries' personality. It makes sense that Clarice is trying to fight Percy Jackson because her father is the god of war.
And he probably hated.
What is it, Curran?
Like, maybe he describes it
Uh-huh.
because he wants us to know that, like, who she is and what she does and what her
Yeah.
characteristics.
Okay, very good. Now let me ask you this. What does it show us or teach us about Percy? We definitely got a lot of info about Clarice. But what could this little bathroom bullying situation show us about Percy? Cohen. Did he back down? Did he run away? Was he scared? Did he let her see that he was scared? Okay. At the end of it, did he run away?
He stood up for his.
He stood up for himself. He let her know at the end,
Who's the boss?
who's the boss? Yes, I'm not scared of you. He said, "Do you want me to beat you again?" And then he said, "Close your mouth." He let her stand up, or he stood up to her. So what does that show us about him, Cohen? Right. So he's not afraid to stand up for himself when he wants to.
I mean, he did fight a monster at any point.
Right. Very good. Very good. So with this conversation that we have just had, we're going to take it and we're going to put it on the chart. Okay? So it says, and some of you have been doing this while I've been talking, and that's perfectly fine with me. But it says, character evidence chart, Clarice is a blank. Now, you can leave it, Clarice is a, and you can give me a character trait and girl if you want to. You could take it off and you could just give me several character traits. So what I want you to do right now, and we know that a trait describes her personality, the way she is on the inside, not the way she is on the outside. So do not tell me that she is tough looking, or she has brown hair, or she has big muscles. That is not what I want to know. That's what the picture shows. I don't care about what the picture shows. I want to know what the text says about her personality. So I'm going to give you all a couple of seconds to get it on there. Get it on there. And then let's go from there, and we'll talk about. We're going to do Clarice together, and then I'm going to leave you to do the rest of them by yourself. What?
Can we put Clarice as a bully?
Is that a personality?
Technically.
Then write it down. Be ready to support your trait with evidence from the text. Be ready to support your trait with evidence from the text. Do not just put something random. Yeah, right now.
So we can put a girl.
I wouldn't. That's not personality.
You could, like what evidence do you have for that?
What? But not today. Mm-mm. We're gonna learn more about him, y'all. We're gonna keep adding to these people throughout this week. We're gonna learn more about Clarice, Luke, Mr. D, and so we're gonna add to them each week or each day this week. So we won't get to Luke today. We will start Luke tomorrow. Let's look at Clarice. Character traits of Clarice. Who has some that they are ready to share? Emily, you got a Clarice character trait? She is a bully. I like it. What else? Now, you don't have to have just one. You can have several. Add to them. Sophia, what is she? Okay. Any other character traits? Tristan, you got one? Okay, we'll talk about evidence in just a minute. Macy. Mean. Cole, Cohen. What did come out? Rude. Briley. What, baby? Jerk. What?
No, she was.
Okay, well, what's the evidence that led you to it?
Oh, disrespect.
Oh, disrespectful. I like it. I like that one. Webster.
It says we spoke to
Selfish.
I just wrote that.
Selfish, yes, 100%.
I will learn about myself.
I can't see it.
Adeline, what?
A huge, enormous jerk.
We got jerk. I agree, though. Olivia?
A brat.
Brat.
I feel like bratty is more annoying though instead of just like mean. Be like nagging at you, but not like pushing your head into a toilet.
Well, we're about to see what her evidence was. What is it, Isaiah? Immature. For sure. I'm not going to just like try to fight somebody just because they're new. That's pretty immature.
That was
Huh.
me.
Spoiled? What makes you say spoiled?
She probably got what she wanted.
Okay, let's not just make a list of bad traits. Because, yes, I don't disagree, but you got to be able to support your thinking. Bradley, what?
Foolish.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
Like immature, but very foolish.
Yeah.
Because, like she went up to Percy and like fought him, and then she just straight up lost.
Well, that comes with that. That's where we are about to go with our evidence. So we said bully, mean, rude, jerk, disrespectful, selfish, brat, immature. What's our evidence that supports that? Let me zoom this in so y'all can see a little bit better. What's our evidence that supports like her being any of these things? Bratty, rude, immature, selfish, bullying. Paisley?
She tried to put Percy's head into it.
Right. So she starts a fight with Percy. I don't know. Now, is there anything that Percy's done to her that would like make her want to start a fight with him? No. So it's not even like she's standing up for herself in this case. She's just being a troublemaker just to be one. He didn't do anything to her. He didn't start anything with her.
He just got there last
He's
night.
he's
She's probably been there for like an hour.
he's literally minding his own business. Olivia?
She grabbed his neck and pulled him to the girl's bathroom and tried to throw him in the bathroom.
Right. So she starts a fight with Percy. I'll put a dash. Tries to dunk his head.
Give him a swirly.
She literally just grabbed his head and like.
Yes. Yes. Her and what?
No, she on the character.
I think that the blue
She was
line will make you grab
probably
his
like-
stuff.
I think she was.
I can't hear Curran who raised his hand to talk to me.
I think she was dumb because when she tried to dunk his head in the toilet water, after that it sprayed her in the face and then he got her back.
Right. So she's not. That was not a very smart choice.
Comic-Con's not fast.
Do what?
I don't remember that. In the
What, Adlin?
Are we on evidence or the other one?
Evidence.
She drags Percy and was about to put Percy's head in the toilet.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
That's really the only evidence.
What, Cohen? Huh? Isaiah? What? Okay, well we're not going there yet. Let's see. What about the fact that she has people who are following her around? Like she has little friends who are just like following her around. Chloe, I just told him that we weren't talking about it. Yet you start a conversation with him about it. Why? Me neither. You about to be out of here, girl. You about to have to be reading this by yourself. So she has like people following her around. She is telling her little friends what to do because they're about to go in the bathroom too. They're about to handle her business too. So the fact that she's telling other people what they need to be doing, what does that show us about her? Huh? Bossy, controlling. Yes.
I'm pretty sure her friends are just scared of her.
That's a good inference. Let me show you where to put that, Chloe. Bossy and controlling. And I'm going to put my evidence down here. She has people following her around. Oh, Lord. Now, this shows, Chloe, what you just said. That's where this is going to go. This shows that that her friends might be just scared of her. You see how we're making an inference here? And not really her friends.
She probably forced them.
She might have.
Bribed them.
Now, the fact that she is trying to dunk Percy as soon as he gets there, what do you think that could show? Why is somebody trying to start a fight with the new kid? Why do people do that? Case?
They don't want them there.
Okay. She doesn't want him there. She wants it to be the same. What?
It's like when kids are new, people just start like bullying them. So
Yeah.
yes. So,
Why would she not be happy that Percy's there? That's what we got to think about. Why would she not be happy that Percy is there? Noah?
Maybe he's more powerful than her.
Okay. This shows that she might be worried about Percy's power. Yeah.
Because she's the only one that
So she
is
wanted to.
Hold on.
And it said that she was arm wrestling people.
Okay.
Because she wanted to.
So maybe she wants to be the what?
The queen bee. Or
Right,
whatever.
yeah, like the strongest or the best. Like, so maybe she's insecure
I was gonna say like,
about
she might-
Percy being like the new cool thing.
She might.
she's a piece of a minute.
What, Chloe?
She might be jealous of who his father is if she knows.
Nobody at this point knows. This shows that she might be jealous. She might just be jealous of his power in general.
Because she doesn't want that to change. She doesn't want people to stop.
She wants
Right.
people to be afraid of her so they do what she wants to do.
Correct, because she's the one in charge right now. Like, she's the cool kid, but I'm thinking cool because she's so scary, not cool because she's actually so cool. So this could show, based on the way she's acting, that she must be self-conscious, she must be insecure. Maybe she feels threatened
By her.
by Percy. Adeline, what?
Two things.
Okay.
She's probably don't like Percy because of his their parents may have hated each other. We don't know.
We have no idea, but she doesn't know either. Like, she doesn't know who his parent is.
And
But we will find out tomorrow, so
and the
hold
thing
off
to
till then.
support it,
Uh-huh.
the thing I have to support my evidence is this supports my evidence because it shows who she really is.
Okay,
and
yeah.
She's not a nice person.
And if Percy, think about it like this: if Percy were a sibling of hers, he would be kind of like her, and he's not.
Strong as her.
And he's not like her. So she must already know, oh, well, you're not like me, so I don't like you. Okay?
She's narcissistic.
Maybe so.
Narcissistic.
All right, listen, all set? All set? Thank you, Case. All set?
You bet.
All right, let me just scroll down a little bit because I want to show you what you are about to do. We have done Clarice together. We are still going to be adding to Clarice as we get to know her better. Y'all know the more we get to know a character, the better we can pick out their traits. We've only read one chapter with Clarice in it, but we're about to read several more. So we're going to be adding to this. But for now, we've done part of Clarice together, so I want you guys to do Mr. D alone. Y'all have seen my thinking. I've shown you how I thought. Mr. D is the camp director. Remember, he keeps calling him not Percy. He won't call him by his name. He says he's not happy that he's there. So there's lots of evidence in chapter 5. There's lots of evidence in chapter 5 about Mr. D. So that's where you guys should look. So I'm going to give you a chance to practice this skill by yourself right now, and then we're going to start looking at writing. Okay, so this is your job. I'm going to set a timer. We'll check it tomorrow, and then we'll start looking at writing.